Alright, hey guys, just wanted to show you my Mare's Leg here. Just picked this up. I did the unboxing video, but I just wanted to do a more smooth video of sort of what's going on here and a little bit about this gun. And anyways, this one is the 44 Magnum, and I've got the Federal rounds. There's different velocities, of course, and different prices. This is the one that I did shoot. It's or the round that I did fire off and test it with. It shoots a little high, so a higher sight will adjust that, a higher front sight that is. It's a, of course you can see it's a lever action. It's, thing I forgot to mention also about it is that there is a sling here. I took the tassel off just because it gets in the way. It swings over onto the hammer a lot, stuff like that, so I just took it right off, and instead I have a 1-point hitch that I was talking about. And it clips on, you can sling it around your shoulder, and it works quite well. I'll give a quick demo of that in just a minute. So that's the, of course, the other side of it. I saw a video where a guy mentions that the wood on these, this Rossi is sort of a cheap wood. I disagree. I think it's a pretty nice wood. I've got also the elongated stock for it. Just a second. There it is. So I'm just adjusting it. I've started chiseling away the inside here. I have to make that groove a little bit longer. I need to cut it down to about there for it to fit, and then I can use it. Which of course makes it a little bit longer, but with 1-point hitch it'll still work, and then it becomes more like a carbine rifle, which is kind of cool. So the lockout procedure, there's a little key that it comes with, and as you can see, sorry you can't see it because I need to, there we go. Alright. Alright, just a second. There you go. So the key fits into that little chuck there, and that is what, that little thing there behind on the hammer. You turn it to the right, locks it. Turn it to the left, unlocks it. And when you lock it, you can't pull the lever at all, so it works well. Quick little thing I just wanted to mention is, yeah, in the owner's manual it goes over all of it, all this gun safety. It's almost like taking your own little gun course. And I just thought it was funny where they mention about the self-defense, because they say basically keeping your gun locked up for self-defense could result in death, or there you go. Securing your firearm may inhibit access to it in a defense situation and result in injury or death. I just thought that was kind of funny, because all these, the book goes all about how to secure your firearm, and then it just contradicts itself just like that. So anyways, whatever. I just thought it was just sort of ironic, and I'd share it. So yeah, it takes a 44 Magnum. It gives, you know, recoil as far as, I mean, a lot more than your 22, but as far as manageability, I find it very manageable. I don't find it as inaccurate as people say. I mean, I am shooting only 10 feet to start with, but I could see where the bullet was going, and, you know, it just takes a little bit of adjustment for me, and I'm sure I can get this shooting pretty good, especially with the 1-point hitch. I'll show you 2 ways of how to get accuracy with this gun, because I notice a lot of people are kind of shooting it like you would a rifle, and there's a reason this is called a handgun, is because you don't shoot it like a rifle unless, of course, you've got your long skirt on it. But if it's a pistol grip, as that claims to be, it's not really a butt to go against your shoulder, and I'll show you how to get a lot of accuracy out of this. Now, when I said to gain accuracy, this is how I see a lot of people shooting, and it's just too close to your face. And also, of course, you know, your length of pull is all fucked up, and your accuracy is going to be fucked. So what I recommend is, this is sort of the hand you use, and it's on this hand. If you're a left-handed shooter, this is how you would hold it. And with that hand, you're pulling forward. Like, really pulling forward. And you almost extend this arm straight. And notice the butt is not up against there, but you don't want it up against your face, because any kind of recoil is going to give you a broken nose or a black eye, hit you in the face. So you want to hold that forward, fully extend your holding arm. And this is your shooting arm. And that, you want a 90 degrees on it. And that's where you line up your sights, and then you pull the trigger. And that's one way you can get a lot of accuracy out of these. That's how they're meant to shoot. At the hip, you can snug it right up in there. You can hold it to the side and push like a lever, either or. This way you might get a little bit of recoil, but 44 is not too bad for that. And you can also hold it like this, and that's a hip fire. That's another way that they were designed to be used. So they're on your one-point hitch or in your side saddle, and you go like so. Well, you'd have to pull out a little bit more, of course, with a side saddle. But as you can see, it's a lot shorter than your conventional rifle, but I guess that's why they call it a handgun. Now I'll show you on the one-point hitch how they're pretty handy. Is sit there hands free. It's just hanging. Now I can bring it to my hip fire, and it's already right there, like so. Just push down, and there it is. Another thing is, when I get up into there, I can actually pull against the sling itself, and then line up my sight, and then shoot. So, shooting like so, or without the one-point hitch, that's sort of how they're designed to be used. They're not designed as your rifle unless you've got your long skirt on there. So, that's what I find with these things. That's sort of how you get your accuracy out of them. So there you go. I guess that's all I'm going to leave it to. I will do another demonstration probably pretty soon on actually shooting it in those methods to prove that they can be quite accurate. But I do want to train with it a little bit, just tune myself in before I actually do that video. But there's a huge difference in performance out of these guys, all about how you shoot them. So there you go. Thought that helped some of you. If not, and you already know this, then I guess you didn't need to watch this video. Okay, as you can see, I have another GGG. As you might follow my videos, I've got the 3 Gs and the 4 Gs. This qualifies as the 3 Gs, which is Grab, Gun, Go. And this is my Grab, Gun, Go kit for the Mares Leg that I have. So I had an old tent that basically was decommissioned. The tent got unfortunately ripped over just its long life of the time I've had it. So I kept the bag. The bag was fine, but unfortunately the tent was no good. But the bag came into a good purpose. It fit the Mares Leg perfectly. So we'll open it up and we'll see what we got in here so far. Now I've got lots of room. I can add more stuff to this. This is just the gun itself at the moment. I could turn this into a wilderness survival bag if I wanted. I've already got that. If you look at my 1022 takedown bag, I have that set up as a wilderness survival bag. This could also be set up into one, or just a good backpacking option, or defensive option if you wanted a 3G bag to sit by, let's say, your cottage at your summertime house, or if you want one in your vehicle, for instance. Just you name it. I mean, I don't know, office place. Just I mean, I'm just using my imagination here, just making shit up. So I mean, school locker. Now I'm totally fucking with you. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. So here you go. Is I've got it just in a wool bag. The gun itself, it's unloaded at the moment, of course. That, and also little 1 box of ammo. I don't think I need much more than that at the moment. I could always throw more in, but just, I mean, this is more of like let's say I was out on the road, up in Whitehorse or anywhere where there's bear or grizzly, and I happened to be out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and I had this gun. I just want enough to be able to defend myself. That's basically it. I'm not going out on World War III or anything like that. I don't need a shitload of ammo, but I always have more capacity. I could carry it if I really wanted. I'm just saying. I'm trying to sound logical and not like a crazy fucking extremist. So anyways, I've got the sling that goes, I can put on it or not. I could always throw a holster in there if I wanted to have that option as well. It's whatever I think is necessary. I don't have a holster at the moment, so I've got the sling. And as you see earlier in the video, we show that, so that's that. I've got a cleaning rod here. I just added this in. I was at work today thinking that I should add a cleaning kit with it, so I quickly threw that together. And this is a little longer than need be, but I can always just use 2 sections if I wanted. And I've got the bore brush and the bore swab. Sorry. Just grab those. So those are both for the .44. You can use them also for a 410 shotgun. It's a very similar bore, it seems, because yeah, it takes the same thing. So anyways, that's pretty much all I've got for that. That's just a quick grab gun go option. You could always call it your 4Gs, which is grab gun gear go, and you could put some more gear into here. But right now it's just a gun. That's it. And it's I don't know, I really like this thing. I think it's cool. A lot of people seem to not like it. It's sort of got a cult liking, I guess. A small group of people, for whatever reasons, seem to really like it, and then anyone who's into Western stuff is going to like this gun. That's all I'll say. If you're a marksman shooter, it might not be up your alley, and that's fine. I'm just saying that I like the nostalgia. I like the practical use for it. You can use it in a vehicle. As if I'm in a vehicle. See, I've got my gun. Swinging it right out like so. I'm not hitting the windshield. I'm not hitting anything with this short little barrel. I can just grab it, swing it out without even looking at the muzzle. So try doing that with a 28-inch barrel. It's just not going to happen. You'd have to be like, it's just, I mean, it's still doable, but this, just way better. Another reason why they call it a coach gun. It's meant to be in the coach. Back in the day, it'd be a stagecoach or carriage, but nowadays, it's just a vehicle. Another thing, it can be easily shot like this. You can have the long skirt on it, or the just the teeny little whatever you call this thing, whether it be a pistol grip or short skirt, I don't know. But anyways, I quite like it. It's a pretty good little solution if you're in bear country, whatnot. I feel quite confident in having one of these with me. So yeah, that's another thing. In the vehicle, it's great. So I'm going to close that hammer. There we go. Put it on safe for my own safety. I got my shooting glasses here. Put them on, put my ear... Okay, I got my earmuffs on. So, I'm going to put 3 rounds in here. Two. Whoops. 3. So, I just load them in. They're in. So, I pull this back, as you see. Let's put 1 into the chamber. Now it's ready to fire. So, move in close. Take aim. Missed. Take aim. Huh. There we go. 3 times lucky. So, shooting a little high, but as far as that goes, It works. I can't really complain. I'm happy. So I was able to hit it with, after the third shot, 2 hit high, so I aimed a little lower, and we annihilated it. And that's what happens to a tin can full of water, basically a coffee can. I'm going to pick up my empty casings I just dropped, the 3 44s, and Jesus, I really like this gun. Alright, so we're just going to do a quick bore examination, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'll just shine a light on the inside of there, and we're just going to angle it. Sorry, you'll just have to bear with me until I get this angle right, because there you go. I'll just see if I can square that up to the camera. So there you go. It's pretty frickin' shiny. See if I can put that up to a position. There you go. So you can see the rifling in there, that twisted groove. In my opinion, it's a slightly longer groove than what I'm used to. But, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It's a pretty nice gun. Like I said, I saw one video about another fellow Canadian up in Fort McMurray who's got one of these, and he's got a whole collection of them, different kinds, and he was going over them, and he said that the Rossi had really cheap wood. I guess his does. This one doesn't, though. I think either they saw the video and fixed it, or he just got a lemon, because this is pretty nice hardwood stock. I've seen worse wood on far more expensive guns, in my opinion. I call this a deluxe hardwood stock. It almost reminds me of almost a mahogany, but it's definitely not mahogany. It's got a smoother grain than mahogany. But I don't know all my woods. I'm going to guess it could be a walnut. It might be a dark walnut. If not, it's made in Brazil, so it's probably some Brazilian wood, tell you the truth, and not even anything that I'm familiar with. But I really like the gun. I'm happy with it. Yeah, so that's. I like it so much I did a whole other video on it, just because I figured I didn't quite go over everything, and I kind of wanted to do that, and also show some extra little parts about it. So as I got to know it a bit better, all I did was the unboxing mostly and just a little shooting, but yeah, I got a little bit more information, I think, on this one. So there you go, that's just an extra little thing. The one thing I don't like about it, and I'll say what I don't like, and it's just one thing. It's this guy, to load it, it's a little tight, so you're quite often, because a lead bullet is quite soft, it scratches going in unless you push down hard enough and get it in. But when you pull this lever back and you go to load the other round in, of course if you're doing anything fancy where you're flipping around, it's just not going to work. The round will want to flip sideways and stovepipe jam. You won't get it in there. Another thing is you take a big chunk off the bullet when you load it in doing stupid shit like flipping around. So you kind of have to hold it steady and level, and then you load it, more or less. Too much shaking is going to toss that bullet around. So it's one thing I notice about it. It does feed fine. There's nothing wrong with the way it feeds, but when I loaded up 6, cycled them all through without shooting and just unloaded, I found that those 6 rounds had pretty nice gashes on the tips of the bullets and stuff like that of where it was feeding. So that's my only complaint about it. I think that if you wanted something very accurate at far, that's sort of bad, because you've got now a big pit on the front of your bullet that's going to catch air as you're flying through. I would think that's going to do something to do with your accuracy. So that's my only complaint, and I don't think it matters whether it's a Mares Leg or not. That's going to happen with any gun that's built the way that they built this, and that's my only complaint. So as long as you're not flipping around and doing any trick shooting, I think the gun's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Just have to keep that little note in mind. It's not a trick gun. It's not for basically flipping around. And also the other thing about when you're flipping around, I'm just going to do a quick demo and show you. So, as you can see, I've got the Mares Leg. Now this is unloaded. When I do these demos, I don't think it's a good idea to have a loaded gun. When I'm in the vehicle, all that, the gun was unloaded. But also I'm on my own property, so we're not out in public land, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, just for disclaimer reasons, this is unloaded. So as you can see, when you're doing that flipping thing, which is one way like so, I didn't do that well. I'll try it one more time, like that. You're cocking it, for one thing. When you drop it, it's pointing at your face. It's one thing I don't like about it. Sure, it's unloaded. You've got a round that's ready to fall into the chamber as you grab it, and it feeds one in there, hopefully. Now, this is one thing I'm going to show you just quickly, and actually, I'll show you that after, just a minute. I'll just show you the second maneuver first, and then that's one way to flick it. The other one is you pull it down and you catch it and you flick it back up, and that's another way to do it. And once again, it's swinging it into my face and around my chest. I don't think that feels so safe, but it looks cool. So if you're going to go do that, don't do it your first time. If you've never held a gun before, don't go and just do something like that. That's stupid. You might end up blowing your face off. So just want to throw that out there. Shoot it a few times until you're comfortable with it. And then if you want to get tricky, that's your own discretion. I take no responsibility for your stupidity. That's all I'll say. So if you're going to do something stupid, that's you doing it. It's not because I told you to. So that's all I'll say. Now I'm going to show you why I don't recommend that, really. It looks really cool if you want to do a video. You know, it's unloaded. I do whatever. Do all that. And then you load it up, take your shot for the edit. And for cowboy shit, that's cool. I mean, I see no problem with that. But if you were in a fast shooting whatever and you do that and fuck up, you're going to kind of look stupid. So I don't recommend it, but I'm sure people do it. Just my own safety. I've had one discharge, which I don't ever want to happen again, so I'm just not going to do it. So when I'm doing it, it's an unloaded gun, just for show. So that's that. Now I want to show you one of the things about it why I don't like it. Okay, so I'll show you why I don't like this. I'm just going to do one bullet just for safety reasons, and I don't think I need to put a whole bunch in there. So we're just going to put one round in. Now I say you got to feed that in there so it is in there. Now I'm going to try and do this in a way that I'm going to do it totally slow motion as well. So you open it, it loads that round in there, but as you flip it around, as you can see now that I've got it up, look what it's done. It's caught itself in there. So gravity is going to be against you. Just does not work with the 44, I'm sorry. So you can do it unloaded, it looks cool. The minute you try and do it with it loaded, you're going to stovepipe jam, you're going to lose that round's done. It's fucked if you close that and gouge out, because you're just going to cut that whole section off your bullet. And now you've just rendered your bullet inoperational and really fucked up. So when it's level, that's when you can load it. So now I've got a fully ready fire gun, except for the fact it's unsafe. Now, you can't trust this safety all the time, so we're just going to open that action back up, pop that round out, and now it's safe again. Now we're unloaded. So that's the reasons I don't recommend doing the flip around kind of trick shooting bullshit. It looks good on video. In real life, it doesn't work so well. If I go faster, I'm sure I can get some centrifugal force working with me, but in my opinion, you're still going to have hang-ups. You're going to waste your time. You're going to look dumb. So it works great unloaded. But with the 44 at least, I'm myth busting that right now. It doesn't work very well. So that's that. I don't know if it works with other rounds. Wouldn't be surprised if there is a round out there that works great for that trick. But all I can say is the 44, unfortunately, is just not that great for doing that with. But hey, it's still a fun gun to shoot. And for all the other reasons I talked about it, why I really like it. So I hope that sort of helps all of you with your trying to think about getting one, what you want, what you don't want. And I understand if you don't want this gun. I'm not trying to say this is the gun for everyone. I just think it's unique, so I like it. And that's really all.